So as I was saying, sorry, the battery died, so I had to change it. C1 is equal to C1 arrow next. C2 is equal to C2 arrow next. Right? Now, there is something I have to write here. I'm gonna skip it for now. We assume that none of them has reached the null yet. So in that case, what do we have to do? We want to say that we want this one to be pointing to here. So we want, let's say, this is not C1, C1, we moved it. So this is C1 and this is C2. So we want this pointer to be pointing to this one. So we have to say P1 arrow next is equal to, this is previous one arrow next is equal to previous two. So this is now gonna point here. Now if I want to make this one point here, what should I write? You guys tell me. I want this pointer to point to this one. What is the name of this pointer? Previous two arrow next is equal to, want it to point to this one, so we want it to be equal to C1. If we keep doing this, this is gonna happen until we reach here, right? So that's what we need to add here. If P1 arrow next is equal null, if we get to this point, P1 arrow next is equal null, then it means that we have to make this one to point to P2. This is previous, sorry. If previous one arrow next is equal to null, previous one arrow next is equal to previous two. Basically the same thing that we did here. So we make this one point here and we are done, right? So because this doesn't have, this might have other things here. So this is gonna continue. If that's the case, we are done. So we're just gonna say break. And the same thing for the other one. If previous two arrow next is equal null, then we basically have to say if this is equal to null and let's say this one has continuation, right? If that's the case, let's say like this was the case. We had like null here. We do this, but then this is ended, this continues. So we have to say previous one arrow next is equal to previous two. So this might make point this one here, but previous two arrow next is equal to current one. So the same thing that we did here, make this one point here, and we are done. Break it. Okay, so this part was to take care of reaching to the last node, to the tail of the linked list. Okay, so these are some of the examples I want you to practice. These are done in the PowerPoints that I'm going to post on Canvas. So please practice these ones, get familiar with linked list, review the concept of pointer and linked list, and hopefully you guys are going to be okay. If you have any questions, make sure to email me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.